Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter where it is.
Okay.
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 Okay. Selling.
Like a
Oh God, no! Like Bobby. Have you ever seen the podcast with Bobby Lee? That's like my favorite thing.
No.
Anyway, hi.
Welcome back.
Uh,
We just had a time from hell.
only you people knew the. I know I said I was a perfectionist before. This goes way beyond perfectionism. This is everything that was supposed to go right didn't, and everything that didn't have to go right wound up going right.
Right.
I'm gonna just say it. The lovely guy that we rent the studio from did like our setup for us before we even came in here. Like, didn't have to move shit around or anything. So that's I was like, oh, this is a great sign. We're gonna have
Amazing.
chef's kiss
Literally.
of
Like,
an episode. My camera battery died. The tripod for the phones was too small. Our microphone didn't want to work because of output problems. Dudes, but we're here.
apparently we have a fried outlet. We didn't even know until we took my laptop out.
So if you see a different setup, this is why.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Oh no. I am crying.
Also, there are pillows now, and I'm so happy
So
that there are
happy that they're-
pillows.
I love how yours is like nice and pristine too behind your back, and I'm like, I need my comfort. I need a
Please.
stuffy.
Killing myself over here.
Ah, shit, girl.
Oh, what a ride
What a
that
ride.
was. But thank God we made it. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Well, that's that Brooklyn attitude
Yeah,
right there. We
exactly.
can make it through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everything today is really going to be focusing on growing up in Brooklyn, the nostalgia behind it, obviously, because a lot has changed.
Oh, without a doubt, a lot has
Yeah.
changed.
With that, whatever we like to say or believe, we know that the truth
There,
is it's fucking changed.
listen, I feel like the heart and the soul of Brooklyn remains for the most part. I mean, a lot of us did wind up leaving, which I can't blame anybody for. However, I feel like the heart is still there, but there are so many differences now that it's kind of overtaking everybody's
Yeah.
perception of what Brooklyn is,
Totally.
you know?
100%. 100%.
Like,
And I feel like the regular stuff that we knew and grew up with
oh,
is
gone.
it's like it's literally just memories, like living in our
100%.
heads.
I mean,
It's crazy.
I say this all the time. I need a guy. I need a guy for everything. I need a guy for plumbing. I need a guy for my car. I need a guy for electricity. Yeah, you need a guy for everything, and you can't. There's no guys anymore. You can't
No.
find a guy.
No, because everyone's just trying to screw you over. That's literally
I
the
had a mechanic. This is the most Brooklyn I'm ever gonna sound. I had a mechanic for 10 years, and had to leave my car there, my Jeep, and my Jeep was in that mechanic's for over a year. There's no reason for a car to be in a mechanic's for over a year.
I
Not
know.
one reason.
I know.
So a guy that was my guy stopped being my guy. And that I feel like is the perfect representation of what Brooklyn is now. You can't trust anybody to be
No.
who they say they're going to be.
No.
You know, like the
No.
neighborhood changed.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in my neighborhood. I'm lucky with the 3 families that remained on the block. Other than that, I couldn't tell you who my neighbors are. Could not tell you who lives to the right or the left of me.
Nope.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Just by face.
Was that like that for you growing up also though? Like, did you have like a group of kids that you
No. So depressing.
No.
No.
Just no.
So I grew up in a very Jewish neighborhood, and since I'm not Jewish,
Yeah.
not that I'm saying it should be anywhere near different, but in that case of like extreme Judaism of Hasidic
Mhm.
Jews, I didn't have friends because we just went our separate ways.
yeah.
It's that we never just coexisted together, except for one time we did coexist one singular time. I made a friend outside, and I asked my mom to go play outside with her, and my mom was, like, "Yeah, sure, whatever," and we had a porch overlooking the outside, and this girl, I guess, had her friends that she always hung out with
Mm.
on the block come down the block, and then she ran, and we were playing that thing, Skip It,
Oh, the
the
skip
Skip
it.
It. We were playing the Skip It, and she ran across the street and broke it. I will never forget because she darted across the street so fast, and I was so confused, like, I was like, "What happened? What the
I could
fuck
just
happened?"
picture little you just looking at the ground being like, what?"
Very are we supposed to be running? Like, I remember being so confused, but my mom was watching the whole situation from above, crazy Italian, and
Yep.
finds out that later I find out that she was running away because she couldn't be seen with me, like, hanging out outside.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was, like, the closest I got to having a friend on the block because I lived there my whole, young life.
Yeah.
So now I look back and I'm like, I definitely missed out on that, like, hanging out on in the
Yeah.
neighborhood feeling
Because
like
I'm gonna say
it's so
my
weird to
yeah.
be a Brooklyn girl and not
And not
have
have that,
that.
like, manhunt
No, I
experience
went
and
other places to go hang out with my friends. Every other fucking neighborhood in New York I went
I
to, I just
yeah.
didn't go in mine.
See, and that's the complete opposite for mine. Like, I grew up in the Garrettson Beach, like, Sheepshead Bay kind of area, and when I tell you just my block alone, there were every 4 or 5 houses, a parent would be outside, and they would, like, talk to each other through the porches
Yep.
while the rest of us kids were playing, like, Manhunt or whatever in the
Mhm.
streets, screaming "car" to each other out in the street
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
then by the time I got to, like, high school, it wound up turning into me and my friends just walking up and down Garrettson Avenue together, aimlessly. With
'Cause
no
that was
purpose
what
in
you
mind,
did.
yeah,
That was what you did in the neighborhood, like,
and it was
it
the best time of our lives. I swear I talk about that time in my life more than, like, my 20s, my 30s. No, I talk about, like, my teenage years.
yeah, because those are
It
memorable
was
fucking
so
times.
yeah, it was so formidable. Such a good time.
I have the memories, just not in my neighborhood there, which is all
So
over.
then what
It's Bay Ridge, Garrettson, Sheepshead,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I keep
Rockaway,
forgetting
like
that you and I kind of, like, brushed because I am a few years older than you, we kinda brushed paths in terms of neighborhood for a little bit.
definitely,
That's true.
definitely, yeah, yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then now realizing the people that we do know in common,
Oh, Brooklyn
like,
is a
that's
small place.
yeah, exactly,
Brooklyn is so small.
exactly. Yeah.
And then, like, even if it's not exactly that person that you know, I'm like, "Oh, I don't know them, but I know, like, their cousin."
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's people that you meet on if they're native Brooklyns, if they're implants, I love you, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that are grown here.
Yes.
We
Yes.
all know each other.
Mhm.
Especially, I will say, like, I feel like it's all kind of very neighborhoody in that way, but, like, I feel like the South Brooklyn, the Bay Ridge to the Sheep's Head, maybe even including,
Yeah.
like, Rockaway and Breezy,
Right, right.
that it's such a tight-knit kind of
Yes.
grouping of people,
100%.
you can't not run into people
No.
that you know.
No?
Um, were
No.
you a kid that would, like, go into the city a lot? Because I know I wasn't.
Never by myself, but
But,
I like
like,
with
let's
my
say in high school
parents.
even, like, in high school, like, to
Yeah.
go hang out and,
Yeah.
like yeah.
I was, I was
She
that
said,
was a
"Fuck
stupid
this shit."
question. I was definitely going to clubs and bars in Manhattan at, like, 16,
Bless.
but also because 17, maybe that
Yeah.
summer, like, but, uh yeah, I wanted to get out, to explore as much as I could, and I always loved Manhattan because of all the
Oh,
fashion and all
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the liveliness of it, I really always loved. I remember going with certain people, like, just in the past and them hating it, and then me feeling like, "Why?" Obviously, now that we're growing up and it's changing a
Yeah.
lot, like, it's not exactly what I'm picturing it as, but I always loved, like, that like, you enter the city and it's like a whole new place type feeling, but as a kid,
1000%, yeah.
I didn't know my way around whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Like,
But we also were the dumbasses that would literally just hop on the train and not have an idea or a plan
yeah,
or have somewhere that we were going, and we would just be like, "Alright, we're gonna go into the city today."
exactly.
Like, and
Yeah.
just
We'll
wind
go to
up
Times
somewhere.
Square.
Yeah,
Like,
literally start in Times Square and then migrate, and then
yep,
figure it out from there.
yep.
And doing it all with $20 in our pockets.
Yeah,
$20 and a green Metro card, and that's all we needed to survive.
that's it.
Now
That's
I
it.
can't even think about spitting without having $20 already in my hand ready to go, you know?
Blinking.
Blink
Oh,
breathing
just spent
air,
20 bucks.
breathing air. $20.
Literally. Literally. It's become the new 100. I mean, 100 has become the new 20.
God, I wish 20 would be the new 100.
I know.
Please.
Please, let's go
Please.
back.
I need it.
Um,
Even like movie I don't know if you and your friends would do the same thing. Like me and my friends would sneak in. There was a movie theater, the UA movie theater by us, and we would sneak into movies like they were paying us to do so.
yeah.
We would there would be 1 or 2 exits that they consistently left unlocked or, like, ajar. You would think they would have learned by, like, a few years in. Nope.
No.
So, we just walked our little asses inside with whatever bottle of liquor we could grab from our parents' house and just spend morning to night at the movie theater.
What you mean you would just sneak into the
Oh,
movies?
yeah, no, like, we would
Oh,
go
you
in
weren't paying for one and just staying the whole day?
I that's Padawan,
You upped me.
Jedi, young Jedi. That's how you start, and then you become friends with somebody who works in there, and then even if they wind up getting fired or whatever, they tell you the tricks and the secrets of who leaves the doors open in the movie
What?
theater. We would literally go to the parking lot, drop off our bikes or whatever the hell we did to get there, go towards the back of the movie theater, and just yank on the handles until one would open. I forget
Wow.
which exit it was. My friend and I were just talking about it this week, and I think it was, like, exit 3 that was pretty consistent,
Wow.
and,
Wow.
whatever movie was playing, we would just kinda sneak in, sit down in the first 2 or 3 rows. Everybody would yell at us because the bright daylight
Yeah, that
would
would
open,
open. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but we
yeah.
didn't give a shit. We would be
What a
literally, we
different
would be
time.
there from 9 o'clock in the morning until, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night,
Wow.
spending the entire day just doing movies. But then though, you also have to realize then that took out an entire thing for us to do for that whole week. That's it.
Right,
Nothing else to do this week, you
right.
know? So
That
then you
was
gotta figure
that was
something
it.
else to do,
Right.
which was never a good thing leaving us to our own devices. Um,
Oh my god, that was funny.
yeah, no, good times, man.
I was like, "What door is she
Dude,
talking
I
about? You
was
just walk into the next one. What?
it's
They're all open." That's exactly what I was picturing. I was like, "Why is she talking about doors being ajar?" Like,
no,
you pay for one, you just stay the whole day. You just stay there. You don't leave until it's
we
nighttime.
cheated the system so hard, we didn't even have to pay the first time just for whatever fucking snacks we wanted. Yeah.
Wow.
I realize now thinking about it how much of a little delinquent I was growing up.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
think I was because when I tell you I was so what felt like so sheltered, not that I wasn't allowed to go places, but like just we didn't, because we were so content in our it feels like such a small town experience. Like we were literally so content with our little corner of Brooklyn that like we barely ever left unless it was like I said, Floyd Bennett Field or, you know, going to Aviator on a Friday.
yeah.
Pasha for me, like you said, going out and stuff, like Pasha was like the spot.
Please, Jesus
Bless.
Christ,
The
memories.
amount of times I've had alcohol poisoning at that place, I mean,
I got strep throat. Strep throat.
yeah.
The one and only
The one
time I went there because they closed down shortly after
oh,
because we're
yes, we're
years
s 40 I
apart.
keep forgetting.
Yeah, I think it closed down like the summer, like we went or something, and I was like, I don't want to go back. What? Like that was horrible.
Oh, no, when I went, that
Yeah,
was the spot.
yeah. No, I have.
And then Trace in Bay Ridge, that was the
Yeah,
other one.
no,
But
but
Trace also, like, you had to look a little bit older than you did for
yes,
Pasha. Pasha,
yes.
like, you could literally be 13 years old and they'll let you in, they
That was
didn't care.
crazy.
Um,
That was
but Trace, you had
crazy.
to at least look 16,
Yeah.
17 to
Yeah.
kind of at least get your foot in the door.
It's crazy
Yeah.
thinking about it, like,
Wild.
having pictures in these places, and now they're, like, totally different
Oh,
places,
yeah.
like,
I
totally
I
different
miss old
places.
Brooklyn like that though. Like, you used to know
Yeah.
the stores. I feel like I sound like my mother because my mother, she moved to Florida, and I feel like every time she comes back, "Oh, this changed. Oh, this is different now. This is different." It's like now I feel like that because 'cause I'm like, "When in my day, this
No,
used to be
yeah.
a dance club."
No, that's exactly what we're, like, feeling,
Yeah.
that's so true. I pass by McFadden's in the city, and I'm like, "It's an urgent care. It's an urgent care." I spent
Yeah.
so many years or times that it was it's just crazy when you
Absolutely.
it's like you look at something and you like,
I don't think Highline Ballroom is there anymore either.
"No.
So, like, what did
No."
that was the only thing I could think it's right next to a Best Western. What else can
No
fit
idea.
there?
Forgot. Don't know what they made it into, but it's
I
definitely
it's
not there.
wild.
Avenue, Up and Down, Bounce, all these
Yeah,
clubs
oh
are
my
gone.
god.
Yeah,
And that
all of
was
them.
like, I know that's a big trend going around on TikTok right now is talking about, like, the club scene that we kind of grew up with, where
Yes.
it was like, you dance until you sweat. We have minimal pictures at the club, but going out prior
Yes.
and coming home,
Yes.
we have those
The
pictures. We
most.
have those
The
pictures,
most,
but none
definitely.
while we were out because we were actually
No.
enjoying ourselves and dancing and, not
Focusing in the moment.
yeah,
It was really like, all those apps were existent, but I don't think it was as,
necessary.
right.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a needed thing to
100%,
no, not at
100%.
all.
Um, because now you can't go even to a restaurant to eat dinner without seeing somebody, the
Yeah,
entire tables taking
yeah,
out their phones.
right.
We that wasn't our thing. That wasn't a thing
No,
for us. It
no.
was strictly just, enjoy your time with each other.
Living in the
Yeah.
moment.
And
Yeah.
then if you wanted to take pictures, you used a digital camera that was about this big and, it only held about 50 pictures at a time because gigabyte size was non-existent back then.
Oh, I love digital
I
cameras.
found one, just total sidetrack. I found one going through my basement a couple of months ago. It was like one of my very first cameras, but I looked at the memory card. It was 512 megabytes.
Yeah, that's so
512,
crazy.
518, something like that,
Yeah.
megabytes. And I was like, that's a single picture. That's that I used 512 megabytes in not even a minute of a photo shoot.
Yeah.
That to me is mind-boggling that that's what we used to use for and we would
I can't
record
even
videos. I mean, mind you, they weren't extensive, but we did record,
we
like,
did.
videos.
We did.
Wild.
We definitely did.
Wild. What a time to be alive.
I know.
I would
I
go
know.
back to it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I it's crazy because we never pictured that it was gonna change
Yeah.
like that so
Right.
fast and so abruptly. Like, like it's
1000%.
one of those things that I look back and I'm like, I never pictured leaving because I thought I was gonna be able to afford a house here with a backyard, like,
Yeah.
and I never pictured leaving because I never wanted to leave because I'm like, we're from the best fucking city in this
Literally.
whole entire
Literally.
world. And maybe that's biased. I don't give a fuck. I'm from the fucking city. So if you got something wrong with it, that sucks because you're not from the fucking city of New York. It's true.
It's true
Anyway,
though.
so
But it's true though. Like, who doesn't want to raise their kids here? And then that leads into the bigger question where if you do move, are your kids going to grow up with the Brooklyn mentality?
that's my
You know
biggest
what I'm
fear.
saying? Because, like, I wouldn't want my kids to grow up without this.
Yes,
I
exactly.
wouldn't.
One, we don't know anything else. And two, it's so important to have this go-getter, stand tall,
Be
uh
aware of everything. Don't trust anybody. Don't even look at me if I didn't ask you to look at me.
right,
Like
right.
that kind of a
Standing your ground,
yes,
like really
yes.
standing your ground and knowing
Like, knock somebody out on the subway if they get too close to you. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like
Like,
that instinct.
yeah.
You need to have that instinct in you. And it helps so much by what
Oh
happened?
no, sorry.
Oh.
No, I'm just thinking I'm genuinely the terror of thinking
It was
about all the shit that we went through just kind of, like, flashed before my brain really quick, and I'm just like, "Thank God we grew up with those tools." Like, I even think about, like, putting our bags on the inside of our coats or wearing our
Yeah.
rings on the inside of our fingers, like,
Yeah.
just growing up with that knowledge and then potentially, like you said, like, your children growing up without that experience. I mean, clearly what we tell them is one thing, but they're not gonna actually understand the severity of the situation,
Nope.
you know?
Nope. And that's deep-rooted fear.
Yeah,
Literally deep-rooted
yeah.
fear, I'm not even kidding. Like, because it's hard to still it's not impossible, but it's hard to instill something in someone, like a child, um, growing up
Mhm.
to be aware of everything that we just said,
Facts,
you know?
facts.
It's really it's really crazy
It's
to think about that
yeah, yeah.
because we don't picture ourselves here.
No, oh, no. Oh, I couldn't even no. Nope. No. I
Picture.
I'm constantly thinking about wanting to get away, never mind staying.
I
And
know.
that's sad because I
I
love
know.
it here.
I know. It'll always be
It w
home, but
I say this all the time. Anytime I leave, the first thing I think about when I'm actually away is like, "Ah, shit, I wish I was home." Like, only because the convenience of here, the feeling that you get from here, having your people here, which I know having your people anywhere is kind of like a thing, but there's something about the connectivity of Brooklyn. Like, they say this all the time where it's like, um, the West Coast is nice, but they're not kind, and the East Coast is kind, but they're not nice.
yes.
And that is evident no matter where you go, not even just here, but, like, all over the world. I feel like that's very true, where,
Yeah.
like, Imma mind my business while you're crying in the corner or whatever. I'll scream out like, "Hey, you okay?" You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, like, gonna investigate anything serious.
Right.
But if you're walking down the subway with, like, a stroller and you need a hand, we're not
I
even saying a word, we're just
the
picking it
first
up
one.
and going,
Yep.
and then putting it down at the end and then walking away and
Walking
not
away.
saying a
Yeah.
word.
Because it's just the gesture, the kind gesture is just in us.
100%,
It's not I do that all the time.
100%.
All the time, and I hate not that I hate seeing I'm the only one doing it, but I hate seeing that there aren't so many others
Yeah,
helping, like,
because
just with little things like that.
the city's really changed,
I
and
know.
I hate to say it, implants, but you're fucking our fucking culture up.
You're part of the
Like,
problem
you
for
are
sure.
quite literally a part of the problem because, if you let me just also put it out there. Even if you've lived in New York, let's say 5, 10 years, that still doesn't make you a New Yorker. Because, like and I hear that a lot where they're
I
like,
know.
"Oh, I've lived in New York for 5 years. I'm a full-blown New Yorker now." No, you're not.
That's the craziest thing I have ever fucking heard.
It's like, "You're
That's
not,
literally
though."
like moving to, fucking Nova Scotia.
For
And
5 years.
for 5, 10 years, and you're like, "Yep, I'm a Nova Scotian." I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm using
Yeah,
it.
no,
Like,
but it's true. I know I know how to watch whales from my house now.
it's
It's like, I'm from Nova Scotia.
it's
Like,
like, "What?" Like, you can't just that's literally not how it
it's
works. That's not how it works. You're from somewhere, you're from somewhere,
right.
and that's where you're fucking from, and you don't
Ooh.
move somewhere and then you're like, "Yep, I'm now this."
Right, but then you
Like,
don't actually adapt to the culture. I'll respect it more if you actually imbibe yourself into the culture. Like, for example, like you said, you don't see anybody helping pick up strollers. Guess
right.
what? You move to New York, you turn into a kind but not nice person.
Yeah,
That's really what it is. Leave the niceness at your old residence, but bring
right,
the kindness. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up on on the bus.
Exactly.
But if there's a brand new mother with her baby crying there and whatever, and she drops something, I'm not gonna just not
Right.
pick it up because
Exactly.
what, your baby's crying? We're
Exactly.
kind. We're not
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
I don't know.
No, it's totally true because what I pictured like that whole sentence like kind not nice. I picture how in like when you go to like an Airbnb across the country, right?
Mhm.
And there are neighbors in like the area and they like wave to you and shit.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we're not used to that here because it's all go go go, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's nice. That's nice.
Exactly.
But I don't give a fuck. Like, that's the
It's
reality
true,
of it,
it's true.
because we don't have that in us. I don't care to say hi to you, it's not mean, I
No,
don't hate
no,
you,
it's just
I just don't See the point.
I don't know you. Why am
Right,
I
right,
like, I'll
and
give you a head
especially
nod, if
right,
that.
if that I don't
Like,
know,
maybe
I
I'll
don't
acknowledge your presence.
just like a quick smile maybe.
Correct.
Yeah, like
Correct.
a quick little yeah. That's all I don't that's not rude to say though, like,
No.
I genuinely believe that that's, like not that it's weird, but it's so not what we're like, it's not in us to
Oh,
do that.
no, not at
It's just
all.
not. It's really just not,
Not at
and
all.
I whenever I go places, I started feeling guilty for a while, like, "Oh, shit," like, I'm not used to saying hi to people, like, that's weird, and then
Mhm.
I'm like, "No, it's not weird, we're just not used
Not
to it."
used to it,
Like
and it's also, like, we were raised with that just kind of, "Don't look at me."
yeah.
You know what I'm don't look at me, yeah,
Staring,
"Oh, don't stare at me.
that's exactly,
Oh,
like
don't stare at me, 'cause I'll be the fuck do you want?"
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
and that goes hand in
I'm
hand, I'm
so
sorry.
bad at "Don't look at me." I think I've said this, but, like, I have a porch on my house. I had my uncle install, curtain rods on my porch awnings so that this way I can have curtains so that nobody looks at me. I
Good.
am very much a "don't look at me" kind of
Yeah.
person.
Oh, I'm the same fucking way. I was
Mm-mm.
mm-mm. It's fucking not the one.
Right.
Alright, alright. You don't need to yell. No, no, no. Stop. I didn't even know to stop. I don't even know how I actually got it to stop. I pressed about 3 buttons to do that.
You wanna talk about unscripted chaos?
What the fuck? Who knew? Who
I'm
knew?
crying.
What's the point of a timer like that? It should be, like, a little more discreet. That was, like, alarm. That was
They said, "Bitch, wrap it up."
I know, what the fuck? Like, that was so
That was alarming. It was an alarming alarm.
punning, punning. I don't know if that's a word
Well,
either.
on that note, guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah, shit. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to our shenanigans.
Yeah, seriously, this really means a lot to us, especially after the day we had.
Oh,
Oh my god.
the way that I need an Advil and just a good half pack of cigarettes right now is
Okay. I was gonna say a good meal.
ooh, that too. That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, like a really good
Ooh,
meal.
well, to everybody out there, I hope you enjoy your half pack of cigarettes and a meal. Enjoy it for us. Find us on the socials. Look us up.
All of them. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the
Give
deal.
us a follow. Hey.
Until next time. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Oh.